Hey guys, welcome back to The Mind of Brandon. As indicated by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about moon shadows. So, a couple weeks ago, I posted a video called More Flat Earthers Fail to Provide Evidence of Flat Earth. And one of the things I talked about in that video was how during a lunar eclipse, the Earth casts a curved shadow on the moon. And in response to that part, I got a comment.
Sun and moon both visible above us in the daytime. Where's the shadow coming from on those occasions, huh?
This is a deep failure of our educational system.
Thank you.
Basically, the shadow that you see on the moon during a lunar eclipse is not the same shadow that you see on the moon during its normal phases. So, whereas the shadow that we see on the moon during a lunar eclipse is the Earth's shadow, the shadow that we see during the normal phases of the moon, well, that's coming from the fact that, part of the moon is facing toward the sun, and there's another part that's facing away. It's shaded from the sun's light.
Hi, my name is Emily Morgan, and I'm the author of Next Time You See the Moon from NSTA Kids. And I'd like to share a simple activity with you that can help you understand why the moon looks different at different times throughout the month. Why sometimes it looks like a banana, and other times it looks like half of a circle, and other times it looks like a big round ball. Well, to do this activity, you only need 4 simple things. You need a lamp with the shade removed, a white foam ball, a pencil, and a dark room. The darker the room, the better. Now in this model, the lamp is going to represent the sun, and of course the white foam ball is going to represent the moon, and your head is going to represent the earth. So let me show you how this works. We know that the moon orbits the earth. So in this model, I'm going to get the moon, the foam ball, to orbit the earth, my head. Notice that no matter where the moon is in its orbit, half of it is always lit up by the sun. But when the moon is in this position, I can't see any of the lighted side of the moon from Earth, my head. From this angle, you can see what I am seeing from Earth. We call this new moon. When it's new moon, we look up at the sky and we can't see the moon. It's there, but the side that's reflecting sunlight is away from us. Now, as I slowly make the moon orbit to my left, I can begin to see a tiny sliver of that lighted side. We call that a crescent moon. As the moon keeps orbiting, we can see more and more of that lighted side. We see half of the lighted half, which is a quarter moon. In this case, a first quarter moon. As we keep orbiting, we see almost the whole lighted side. We call that a gibbous moon. Then, when we can see the entire lighted half of the moon, that's a full moon. As the moon continues in its orbit, we begin to see less and less of that lighted side. We're back to a gibbous moon, but this time the light is on the opposite side. Then another quarter moon, last quarter moon to be exact. Another crescent, and finally back to new moon. And the cycle begins again. So why does the moon appear in different shapes throughout the month? Because of its orbit. The shape or phase of the moon depends on where it is in its orbit around Earth. It takes about a month for the moon to orbit the Earth. So when you look up at the moon today, know that you'll see that same phase again about a month from now.
So don't make the mistake that I used to make, which was to assume that a new moon and a lunar eclipse are the same thing. They're not. That's actually way off. The positions are all wrong. Okay? Actually, a lunar eclipse only happens during a full moon, not a new moon, right? New moon looks kind of similar to a lunar eclipse because the moon, goes completely dark. But a new moon, that's going to happen every month. Okay, once every single month. It happens 12 times a year. okay? A lunar eclipse only happens a few times a year, okay? And when it does happen, it's well, if we see the beginning of a lunar eclipse being when we first see that curved shadow moving across the moon, and then it's over when the shadow's gone, that process only lasts like 3-4 hours, something like that, okay? So it's brief, okay? It doesn't last very long. So there are ways of distinguishing it from a new moon. Hopefully that sufficiently clears things up, helps you better understand these various shadows that we sometimes see on the moon. That said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share it with other people. If you're interested in watching my future videos, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And I will see you all in the next one. So have a good one, guys, and peace.